Just arrived at Maligne Canyon in Jasper. And I have a couple of photos and ideas of some shots that I'd like to capture in here because this place is just incredible. And I'm here again adventuring with my partner Haley, who's a little colder than I am, and took on a bit more water getting here. A little wet?
A little wet. A little too wet. I don't know what it is. I think we just...
All right, man, that was awesome. We it got a little crazy in there with the crowds, so we decided that we're gonna head back up, warm up. It's a lot colder in the canyon than it is up here. It's still about 0 up here, but it's feeling like pretty close to like -6 or 7, at least in the canyon. And with our soaked feet, we decided to warm up. Sun sets in like an hour and a half or so, so it gives us time to have some snacks and head back down and create some nighttime astrophotography shots. Mind you, I don't know how much of the stars in the sky we'll actually see, but I think we'll definitely create some cool stuff. Took some test shots, set up some compositions, just kind of put in the bank for later. And yeah, I think we'll create a couple of really cool things. I'm excited. It's really cool down there, so I'm excited to head back and kind of have a little bit of solitude. That's the canyon down here that we were just in. We weren't quite this deep or this far back in the canyon, but it's pretty wild. Definitely a cool spot. All right, we got our stuff drying. We've got socks, more socks, gloves,
pant legs.
Yeah. It was definitely pretty soggy down there, and that's all right. I mean, at least we got. I was just worried that it'd be unsafe to go into. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. I'll take the you know, the cold and the wet for sure, especially because it's not actually dangerous. Like, it's not as if it's really cold outside. Yeah, so we're gonna have some dinner, some bagels, some fruit, and then yeah, I guess in about an hour's time or so, the sun will probably be set. We'll go down with our headlamps. I'm probably gonna set up the studio light behind us, out of frame, behind a rock or something around it, kind of a corner, and then kind of giving us like a rim light, like from behind, over the shoulder kind of thing, but then lighting a lot of the canyon around us, just with like you know, giving it a little bit more of a backlit, like kind of harsh feel. So, because that's kind of, I think, how I want it to look. I mean, it's like when you experience the canyon, you can tell it's definitely a place that is very harsh and cold, and like the earth is kind of just falling into it. It is as beautiful as it is. You can tell it's not. It's a very like rough place. Hence why it's been, you know, beaten down into the earth over, you know, 200 feet into the ground over however many thousands of years. So I think I'd like to capture that as much as I can in the photos, which you can't really do in the daytime. It looks just super pretty in the daytime. In the night, I feel like if I do a harsh backlight and kind of show us like wandering around there, it can look like a really harsh, like kind of extraterrestrial landscape, unwelcoming in a couple ways. The sun has set. It's now dusk, and we're heading back down to the canyon. The crowds have fled, which is great because my compositions don't include crowds in them tonight. Wow, it's so quiet. It's funny how we were joking earlier when we pulled up here that we were in the parking lot and there's got to be like 100+ cars, and there was kids screaming. There's a car alarm that went off right next to us. And then we're like, oh man, love the peace and quiet and nature and stillness. And then another car alarm went off, and we were like, wow, that's a lot of noise. And then an hour and a half later, and it's just like still, calm, quiet, perfect. And that's the thing about getting out to these really special places, is that It's great. You can share them with everyone during the day, on the weekend. But if you're willing to wait, head back when it's dark, or head back, you know, when it's too cold or whatever the case is. You can have these places that see millions of people throughout the year completely to yourself. And it's just a really unique experience. I love it. So earlier you saw ice climbers, and they were climbing on that frozen waterfall there, which is pretty cool. So it's interesting because it feels like when you're in the canyon, you're going pretty far back this way. It's not crazy far, like a couple hundred meters, but because you're kind of navigating the terrain a little bit, and you know, it's not super easy to get to. Today anyways, it's not super easy, and it feels so much further than it is, but when you're on the trail and you're looking next to the canyon, you're like, it's not far at all. Like it's really crazy how close the place is that we're gonna go to. Yeah, a little bit. I knew that spot was deep. I just thought it was frozen. So just mind the ice that was slushy before is more slippery than slushy now. Yeah, don't worry. Oh.
Quick and easy.
Quick and easy. That's deep there. Just stay there, and then that'll be the shot. Probably I'll do a couple test shots, make sure I like it with you there. But I think that I'll just do that with you, and then I'll come join you, maybe, probably. And okay, so see, right in the center, right. So where you cross, stand in the middle. All right, I don't know if you can see me super well. It's pretty dark, as you can obviously tell. I basically already set up the composition earlier this day of what I thought would look really cool. Went for it, I tried it right away. It looks sweet. I think we got exactly what we wanted. I tried a portrait, vertical, a couple different angles, a couple different types of exposures. Started out not backlight and Haley with the studio light, and then I went to a backlight, and it was awesome. It was exactly what I wanted. It made a huge difference, so I'm super glad that we brought the light down. But I could honestly spend all night in this canyon, but gotta head out of here. That's it. We're gonna go to Jasper Brew Co. or Earl's in town. We're gonna get some beers, and we're gonna call it a night. So thanks so much for watching this episode. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy.